Hello everybody, my name is Paige. Welcome to my channel, Paperbacks and Lattes. Today I want to tell you about some romance books that are releasing in April. Every month I like to try to bring you some of the romance books that are releasing in that month, and so today I am wanting to tell you about some romance books that are releasing in April. I tried to get ones, pick ones that I think everybody would enjoy reading. So I have quite a lengthy list, so let's go ahead and get started. The first book is releasing on April 5th, and this is Glitter by Abbi Glines. And this is actually in historical romance, and the cover is simply divine. I really am just loving the cover design on this book. It really makes me want to read it. The synopsis on this book is Miriam must marry to take care of her sister and mother, and the Earl of Ashington is expecting to marry, and Miriam caught his eye. So he is infatuated with her, but his brother hates him because he had sent their mother off to and he kind of like threw her away as if she were trash, and his brother really hates him for that. And now he aims to take Miriam away from his brother. Vengeance has never looked so sweet. So I am really loving the heroine's name in this because that's actually my mom's name. The next book releases on April 6th. This is Headhunter by Kristen and Proby. This is the second book in the With Me in Seattle Mafia series. So the hero is the son of a prominent mob boss, and the moment he sees the heroine, he is simply infatuated with her. But she is taken by an enemy and he sets out to rescue her. The two literally run for their lives and trying to ensure the safety of those they love. The next one also releases on April 6th. This is You're the One by Layla Hagen. This is in the Gallagher series, but I don't know which one it is. I forgot to write it down. Braden is the lead singer of one of the world's most popular bands. It makes relationships hard until his manager hires Isabel to advise the band in their communication with fans. She's not impressed with his fame, but they are both attracted to each other. The next one is also releasing on April 6th. This is Life's Too Short by Abbi Jimenez. This is the third book in the Friend Zone series. This is a romantic comedy. YouTuber Vanessa loves her life to the fullest, even when she doesn't know if she shares the same fatal genetic condition as her mother. Her half-sister suddenly leaves Vanessa in custody of her infant daughter. So now she is in charge of raising a baby, and the hot lawyer who lives next door offers to help. The next one also releases on April 6th. This is Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle. So Maybelle is a dreamer and a hopeless romantic. She inherits a charming house in the Smokies from her great aunt. She makes a new start, but the house is falling apart, and she finds out she isn't the only inheritor. She has to share everything with Leslie, the groundskeeper, who is as grouchy as he is gorgeous. The next one is also released on April 6th. This is To Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. This is the second book in the Regency Vows series. This is a historical romance. Lady Diana is a widow and is friends with Jeremy, who is, I don't know how you say this. Is it Marquis or Marquess? I don't know. Of Willingham. One evening, an argument turns into a serious wager. Jeremy will marry within the year, or Diana will forfeit 100 pounds. Shortly after that, Jeremy comes to Diana after his latest mistress criticized his skills in the bedroom. He wants to try it out on Diana since he knows she will be completely honest with him. They begin an affair, and while they are focused on winning wagers, they stand to lose their own hearts. This is the last one to release on April 6th. This is The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Danan. This is the second book in the Roommate series. Naomi is successful after the sex-positive startup she co-founded becomes an international sensation. She wants to extend her educational platform to live lecturing, but higher education will not hire her. So Ethan has recently received 2 honors. LA Magazine recently named him one of the city's most hottest bachelors, and he became a rabbi of his own synagogue. But the synagogue is low on funds, and the board gives him 3 months to turn it around. Naomi and Ethan join forces to host a seminar on modern intimacy, the perfect solution to both their problems, until they discover a new one, their growing attraction to each other. I've heard this one is really, really good. Next one releases on April 8th, and this is Replay by Amy Daws. This is a second chance romance. Santino is a football club lawyer and is known for his former playboy ways. Tilly is a fiery Scottish lass who had a hot night 5 years ago with Santino. A lot has changed, and now Tilly returns to London 5 years later, only to find herself trapped in an elevator with Santino himself. It isn't a happy reunion. She doesn't want a replay of past mistakes, and reconnecting with Santino is playing with fire, but if they keep their relationship a secret, it could be worth the burn. The next one also releases on April 8th. This is Crave Thy Neighbor by Teagan Hunter. This is the third book in the Roommate Romps series. Don't fall for your roommate when it's only temporary. Nolan is off limits even though he's attractive and funny. They almost go all the way with each other one night, a momentary lapse in judgment. He's my temporary roommate while I wait for my new apartment to be ready. He doesn't do relationships. I have a crush on him, and he'll only be here for 2 months. Surely I can survive that long. Also releasing on April 8th is Reckless by Adrianna Locke. The heroine breaks into the hero's house. The hero is a wealthy playboy who can't pay his bills on time or find his way to the grocery store, but he's confident and playful, and he's smitten with the heroine. On April 12th, Not Pretending Anymore is releasing, and this is by Penelope Ward and by Keeland. The heroine is searching for a roommate, and she starts to lose hope until a guy shows up at her door, and she interviews him for the roommate position. But she declines him because she isn't comfortable living with a man. And then he sends her cupcakes, and he is very persistent. She eventually folds, and they are both interested in people anyways, so nothing would happen romantically. After he moves in, they become best friends, and they agree to pretend to be a couple to make their love interests jealous. On April 13th, The Glass Slipper releases, and this is by K. Webster. This is the third book in the Cinderella series. The heroine betrays the hero, the most powerful man in New York, but he's involved with things more dangerous than she knew, and his enemies are out for blood. He has her heart, the enemies have incriminating photos, and she's left with nothing except for 3 stepbrothers who want to hurt her. Also on April 13th, Bombshells by Sarina Bowen is releasing. This is number 8 in the Brooklyn Bruiser series. So the hero and the heroine are both hockey players in this book, and his teammate breaks her heart. And he is there to comfort her. They have a night together, but they are trying to keep their affair a secret. Also on April 13th, First Impressions by Sally Thorne is releasing. The heroine has been working at a luxury retirement villa for the past 6 years, and she's just met the son of the property developer who just acquired the retirement center. The hero has spent the last few years partying, sleeping in late, not taking life seriously. So when he needs a place to stay, his father makes him a deal. He can stay in an on-site cottage at the retirement villa if he earns his keep. Also on April 13th, Stolen Lust by Charmaine Pauls is releasing. This is number 1 in the Beauty in the Stolen series. Ian is the most notorious criminal in the country. Like the thief he is, he came in the dark and stole a night of my life. He kidnapped her, and now she is always looking over her shoulder, terrified he'd return. I have to outsmart him and outwit every enemy he's turned against me. This book leaves off on a cliffhanger, and the next book releases in May, and then I think the third book releases in June. Also releasing on April 13th is Come to Me by J.H. Croix. This is the third book in the Dare With Me series. A broody ex-military pilot and a sassy yoga teacher collide in a small town. He's distracting, showing up at her yoga class. He has the rugged hero vibe, rides a motorcycle, and flies planes in the wilds of Alaska. She has come to this small town for a fresh start and has everything under control until he kisses her. Also releasing on April 13th is Hot Copy by Ruby Barrett. Corrine knows she's an icy and approachable executive. It's the price she has to pay to get to the top. She hears her new intern call her a name in the elevator on his first day. She gives him the assistant work, which would do the trick if he weren't so eager to prove he's a decent human being. Long hours at the office, he turns out to be a kind, thoughtful man, and soon their business relationship turned something more personal. Also on April 13th is Every Time I Fall by Lexi Ryan releases. This is the third book in the Orchid Valley series. He is my brother's best friend. Guys like Dean don't fall for girls like me. I'm curvy, thick, a big girl. I'm content to be friends and nothing more, or so I thought. When Dean finds out about my bedroom issues and decides to help me fix them, everything changes. This is the last book releasing on April 13th. This is Broderick by Katie Robert. This is the second book in the Sabine Valley series. So 7 brothers, 7 brides, a revenge 7 years in the making. My oldest brother handed out brides, and now I'm saddled with Monroe, heir to the Amazon clan. She's as deadly as she is sarcastic, and nothing like the woman I really want. Shiloh, my best friend. The night we consummate our hand fasting is dark and brutal, and it can never happen again. But now I find Monroe and Shiloh together. She's spitefully seducing my best friend, the woman I truly want. I can't have one without the other. On April 15th, Falling Out of Hate with You by Lauren Rowe is releasing. This is the first book in the hate-love duet. This is a rock star romance, and the hero is the lead singer for his band, and the heroine is serving as his band's opening act on this tour. They are stuck together for 3 months, but he's rude and dismissive and good at getting under her skin. She hates him, but still fights the attraction for him. She decides as long as she's here, she's going to bring the bad boy to his knees. Also on April 15th, Earn Your Extra Credit by Megan Quinn is releasing. The hero is unexpectedly put in the friend zone by the heroine while he pines for her. His best friend is getting married in Hawaii, and he's stuck watching the girl that he wants parade around in her bikini. She asks him to be her pretend fiance so she can save face with an old friend from high school. Now he's trying not to get turned on by the way she holds his hand or kisses his jaw, and it's all fake even though it feels entirely too real. And then on April 19th, Falling Into Love with You by Lauren Rowe is releasing. This is the second book in the duet. So the hero is obsessed with the heroine. All along, he's been obsessed with her. And he's trying not to want her and steps aside because his best friend said he wanted her. But he wants her for himself. But doing the right thing for his friend means he's done the wrong thing for himself. He's pushed her away any chance he gets, and now she hates him. But they are stuck together again, and this time nothing will stop him from getting what he wants. He just has to find a way to make her fall out of hate with him. This sounds like such an amazing duet. On April 20th, The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout is releasing. This is the third book in the Blood and Ash series. This is a fantasy romance series and is the third installment in the series. I really didn't want to write down the synopsis because I do plan on reading these. I haven't read the series yet. And also for anyone else, I didn't want to read a synopsis that might spoil the first 2 books in the series. But this is the third installment in that series. So on April 20th, Lover Unveiled by J.R. Ward is releasing. This is number 19 in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. This is also a series I want to read. This is a vampire series, and Savage is a powerful MMA fighter and has a secret. He has every intention of staying dead and buried. But when a civilian human sucks him into her dangerous battle with an evil as ancient as time, his hero side overrides his common sense. On April 21st, Rush by Brianna Hell is releasing. This is a rockstar daddy romance. This is all it says about it. On April 26th, Starter Wife by Bethany Lopez is releasing. This is an all-new trilogy about getting a second chance of love. Follow Whitney, Summer, and Margot as they experience the good, bad, and ugly of dating again in your 30s and 40s. Join them in the Jilted Wives Club. So this is the first book in the Jilted Wives Club series. And this one is about Whitney. Whitney is divorced and jobless at 40-something. She never thought she'd be starting over, but here she is. She is single and ready to mingle with anyone except him. Luca leads a charmed life. He has the perfect job and the support of a big Italian family. and now Luca is determined to convince her to give him a shot. On April 27th, The Introvert's Guide to Online Dating releases, and this is by Emma Hart. This is the first book in the Bookworm's Guide spin-off series. So the heroine joins the world of online dating and she begins to date Colton, but it's dirty with no strings attached. It's just mainly hookups. But now she's serious about dating, so she has to call it quits, but if only she wasn't in love with him. On April 27th, The Fall of East releases. This is by Nana Malone. This is the third book in the Hear No Evil trilogy, and there was no synopsis. On April 27th, The Seat Filler by Soraya Wilson is releasing. Juliet is a dog groomer who volunteers as a seat filler and winds up next to movie heartthrob Noah Douglas. She pretends not to have a clue who he is to keep from swooning. She's pretty, loves his dog, and is not a worshiping fan. No way Noah is giving up on her. Also on April 27th, Dial A for Aunties is releasing. This is by Jessie Q. Sutanto. I hope I'm not butchering that last name. So this has accidental murder, 1,000 wedding guests, maybe cursed generations, meddling Asian aunties to the rescue. When Madeline Chan, I'm terrible with names, I'm so sorry, ends up accidentally killing her blind date, her meddlesome mother calls for her even more meddlesome Annies to help get rid of the body. Unfortunately, a dead body proves to be a lot more challenging to dispose of than one can anticipate, especially when it is accidentally shipped in a cake cooler to the over-the-top billionaire wedding Meddy, her ma, and her aunts are working at an island resort on the California coastline. It's the biggest job yet for their family wedding business. Don't leave your big day to chance. Leave it to the chance. And nothing, not even an unsavory corpse, will get in the way of her auntie's perfect buttercream cake flowers. But things go from inconvenient to downright torturous when Meddy's great college love and biggest heartbreak makes a surprise appearance amid the wedding chaos. Is it possible to escape murder charges, charm her ex back into her life, and pull off a stunning wedding all in one weekend? That one just sounds so amazing. Just so hilarious. Just the synopsis is hilarious in its own. On April 28th, From the Embers by Ali Martinez releases. This is a standalone novel. In the aftermath of tragedy, it's strange the things you remember. The deafening boom as the house exploded. The paralyzing fear as I searched for my wife. The blinding smoke burning my eyes as I carried her out. But carved into my soul for the rest of the days would be the earth-shattering realization that the woman in my arms wasn't my wife. Bree and I were the only survivors, not that either of us were truly living after that night. As a single dad with nowhere to go, I moved into her guest house, and somehow throughout the guilt and grief, we forged an unlikely team. It took years, but I watched the gradual return of her smile, slow and life-altering. The two of us could sit outside for hours talking about nothing, and it filled the massive hole in my chest with new life. I may have carried her out of that fire, but the truth was, Bree saved me. As we healed, the secrets and lies of the past smoldered in the ashes, threatening to ignite again. Our love was born from the embers, and together we would go up in flames. I kept that whole synopsis on my notes because I love that synopsis and how it was written. This sounds very emotional, but also really amazing at the same time. And the last book of the month that is releasing, at least the ones that I have on my list, is on April 30th, Say I'm the One by Hogan Davis is releasing. This is the first book in the All of Me duet. This wasn't the way it was meant to go down. I was going to steal her heart. She wasn't supposed to steal mine. That was all that was written for that one. These are some romance books that are releasing in April. Let me know if you are interested in reading any of these and which ones sound good. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.